What's up everyone, and welcome to this cryptocurrency market update. In this video we'll be going through Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, Comp, and UNI to help you guys learn technical analysis so you can accurately forecast and predict price movements in your favorite cryptocurrencies and see where we are buying and selling these cryptocurrencies ourselves. So let's start off with Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Last week we had this Darth Maul candle where we went up, wicked above the high, and went down and wicked below the low, and then subsequently closed right around 56,264. The main resistance zone on the weekly time frame is this R3. I imagine that this week we're going to form an inside bar inside of this weekly candle, and then the next week we're going to hopefully see that break to the upside, so we will see some continued bullish price action up past the R3 level. If we go to the daily time frame here, this blue level, what we've been talking about, if we look at the 3-day time frame, this is this level from back here on March 2nd, where we changed the trend right here with our low, high, higher low, higher high. This is where people were selling their Bitcoin. On a retest of that, that's going to be where people are going to buy it back since they see now that it's a confirmed bull trend. That's what they did. We pushed up to a new all-time high right around 65K, came down, wicked below this low as well as this low, and now subsequently on the last 3-day candle, we had an inside bar. We did break this to the downside here, which is bearish, but we have decreasing bear volume, which is bullish. So we'll see what ends up happening over the course of this 3-day candle. We have 2 days and 11 hours left. If we look at the daily time frame, so on the daily time frame, we haven't formed a lower high yet. We've just continuously been going down since April 14th. So we're still waiting to see a daily higher low been set, or I'm sorry, a daily low being set, which would be right here once we break the high of one of these candles. Today's candle would need to break this one for it to be set, or tomorrow's candle will need to break the high of today's candle. The two support zones, this gray zone right here was a support zone for us. We pushed below this. We closed inside of it for this candle, closed below it for this candle, but then closed back inside of it for this candle. I'm just kind of toying with this area. And then yesterday we closed below this level. And today we'll see if we can close back inside that level. If we can't, this will turn into a resistance zone for us. If we can, then it will still be pretty much neutral or still a support zone for us. So we'll see, but you know, over the last few days, we've had some increase in bull volume. Today, we're starting to see this rise in price off that blue zone once again. We'll see if we end up continuing higher from here. I did go long here with my stop loss below this wick. So we'll see if we can actually start to appreciate in price from here. If we look at the lower term time frames, really what I'm looking for here, if we can load, so 4-hour time frame, what we're watching for here is an SR flip, and a couple things to note here. So the reason why we're looking for the SR flip is because right here we had a confirmed bear trend. So we had our high, low, lower high, and then lower low with 2 candle closes below this low, making this white candle right here, which I colored to be a yellow zone, the resistance zone for us. So the way we know this is a resistance zone is because of that trend. And you can see that we went into this once and rejected off it once already, and then we're going right back into it a second time here. So if we can get 2 candle closes above this level, this will turn into a support zone that I'll look to take a long entry on. For now, I'm just kind of patiently waiting down here to see what we end up getting. It does appear that this was a liquidity grab right below this low and this low right here. We went down, wicked into this level, and then subsequently have started to appreciate in price. We'll see if we can continue to do that over the coming hours and days. Like I said, we did, in terms of the bulls being bullish, there is one thing they can turn to here to have some confidence, and that's this 4-hour trend back to bullish. So we did actually change this bear trend back to bullish right here with a low, high, higher low, and then higher high in the same pattern. But we need this 4-hour candle to close above this high for that to be confirmed. Hopefully we will see that in the next 3 hours. And if so, then that will further validate this as a trend change, and that will be good for continuation, hopefully. So that's what we're looking at. Resistance levels on Bitcoin are this gray level, which we've been talking about in the past videos, going from about 56,400 up to about 57,400. And then, like I said, that daily gray level, which is this big gray box right here, that'll be our resistance zone if we don't close today's daily candle. Today's daily candle back inside of that zone, which is the candle from the 19th of March. Switching over to Ethereum here. On the weekly time frame, Ethereum's looking far more bullish than Bitcoin. As you can see, we already today broke above to a new all-time high of almost $2,600. We had this consolidation period. We broke that bullish. Last week we came down, formed a Darth Maul candle as well, with a low and high upper wick here. If we go to the daily time frame is looking very good here with the sweep of this low right here as well as this low right here. Fueled our engine for a push higher. You can see the Ichimoku cloud is finally starting to perk up here on the daily time frame, which is good. Next resistance level is going to be this R3 pivot up here at about 2660. After that, if we go up, it'll pretty much be $3,000 will be the next resistance level. The level that I'm watching for is this 12-hour level right here. So there's a couple things to note here. So the R1 resistance level right now is what we're currently running into. This yellow level is this white candle right here, the last up candle before we had this push down in price. This should have been resistance when we ran into it right here, but you can see that we didn't come down and actually reject off of it. We had a black candle, but we didn't actually form a high, and we just kept going through it. So if we get another candle close above it, this candle, in 10 hours and 50 minutes, this will end up turning into a very strong support level for us, and I will look to long that, targeting the $3,000 level, if not the R2 level right here, which is still a risk reward of about 3. If this closes back inside of this zone, it will not be a support zone, and this purple zone down here that is valid will be our support zone to watch. And this goes from about 2260 down to about 2081. So that's what I'm currently watching in the 12-hour. If we look at the 4-hour, like I said, this is our resistance level. Support zone is going to be this black candle right here. So we did close both of these candles above this high, continuing that 4-hour bull trend. If we end up coming back down, this will be the main support zone to watch. Next one, let's go to Link here. So Link, I entered a long position right around 36.2 with stop loss down below, down here, below this low, around 31. And subsequently, we have just kind of consolidated in that area. So we had this really long lower wick on this daily candle, went down, grabbed the liquidity below, all of these lows here, and then closed back above. Came up, lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and now we're trying to potentially push up and form. Well, we already did form a higher high technically, but we're trying to see that the closes, we need the daily candle closes above yesterday's daily candle. Ichimoku cloud looking really, really good for continuation here though, with the TK cross above the cloud right here. Subsequently, we did have a rise in price from there, but then the cloud still looks really good for continuation here. Target for this that I'm looking at is roughly $50. If we look at the pivots, the R5 is right up there at about 50, 51. I'll probably take profits at the R4 up here at about 46.3, and then that $50 level there. So those will be my two take profit levels. If we go higher than the R5, I might hold a little bag just in case, but those are the main levels that I'm targeting on Link. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, you can see it's kind of messy, but it's just a lot of consolidation here with the price tightening up here. We went down, we wicked below this low, and then subsequently have risen in price since then above this high. So we'll see if we continue to tighten up like this, or if we're going to break above. The 4-hour resistance levels is this white candle right here from April 17th, where we did go into this level and go above it, but rejected off of it, going into this level up here. I think this is on the 8-hour? Yes. So this is our main resistance. Let's just take this one off. This is our main resistance level up here, which is up here at about 41.9 up to about 44.9. So this is the area where we went up. You can see we wicked into this level perfectly, rejected off of it, and subsequently have kind of consolidated in price. And we're gonna see if we can push this thing up through that level and get some candle closes above this level in the coming days. Comp performing really well since the entry that I talked about on our Telegram channel. And if you're not already on our Telegram channel, you can use the link in the description below to join that, or just look us up on Telegram. It's Lutheria Community. So on comp here, we have the weekly time frame looking kind of messy here, to be honest, but last week we had increase in bull volume. Darth Maul candle here as well, with a long upper and lower wick, and then subsequently this weekly candle is an inside bar. If we look at the 3-day time frame here, sorry, this is not supposed to be on the daily time frame. If we look at the 3-day time frame here, this looks very good. We came down, we wicked below this low right here with both of these 3-day candles and closed back above. Today, this start of this 3-day candle has subsequently risen in price very nicely here. It's good to see this kind of like rectangle, so if we look at this area, it's kind of like horizontal consolidation. And when you see this type of horizontal consolidation in price, but we're not breaking down from there after a run up in price like this, this is usually where people are distributing. They're selling some of their positions that they bought down here, but they're also potentially buying for a reaccumulate. This would be also considered a reaccumulation potentially, where then we break above for new all-time highs. If we look at the daily time frame, this is looking very good. We had all these long lower wicks here, going down below this key low right here, where a bunch of people went long, evidenced by the increase in bull volume here above average. And subsequently today, we've had, you can see it right here, we're up about 15% on the day. Ichimoku Cloud looking very good for continuation here, set up with the TK cross that we got right around here, with the blue line crossing above the red line, signifying that we are in good position for continuation. The other thing to note here is the bullish divergence here on the RSI, where price was making a lower low right here, but the RSI was making a higher low in comparison to this one. So that's bullish as well. So this is all signs pointing to bullish for comp. So if we see ETH and Bitcoin start to continue higher, I imagine comp will start to trend higher as well. First stop is the R2 up here at about 625. Next stop after that, about 716. If we go down to the lower term time frames, 4-hour time frame, this is the level that I'm currently watching. We are trending bullish on the 4-hour time frame for comp, with a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we're just forming higher lows and higher highs. You can see right now we're having this bit of pause in the bullish price action, and that's coming from the R1 pivot. You can't see that on this exchange because it didn't hit it on this exchange, but on other exchanges it did, and so that's resisting the price right now. Also, people are pricing in potentially the, thinking that this is a liquidity run on the high right here before the drawdown. So people are probably just selling some of taking some profits here and selling because of that. If we do end up coming down in 2 hours and 45 minutes, if this candle closes kind of like how it is, if we come down a little bit more, this is the area that I'll look to add to my position. And I'll probably do something like this where I enter on the top of that zone, stop loss, tight stop loss below that zone, and then I'll just be targeting, 625 was the initial target, so that'll be basically right around this high from April 16th. If not, the next resistance level here up at about 715. So very good risk to reward ratio. If we go up to there, it's about 8.64. Risk to reward, even if we go up to just the R1, is still 2.64. If we go up to the 625, it's about a 3.96, so about a 4. So looking really good here on comp. Let's switch over to Uni. So Uniswap is, if we start off on the weekly time frame, Uniswap's pretty messy up here, with a lot of just bouncing around and a lot of people not really knowing where the price is going to go next. But what we do see is this hidden bullish divergence right here, with the low here setting this low in the RSI, and then we form a lower low in the RSI right here in comparison to this one, but we're forming higher lows in comparison to this one. So that's bullish. That's good for continuation. You can see we're up about 10% on the day. If we go to the daily time frame, very similar to the other cryptocurrencies, wicked down below some key lows and then closed back above, subsequently risen in price, and we're starting to see that increase in bull volume here on that appreciation in price. For entry's sake, I'm looking at this 12-hour level right here. We pushed right through this zone and closed above it here, but we'll see if we can end up closing this 12-hour level above this yellow level as well, which is up at about 37.17. If we can, this will turn into a nice strong support level for us. Besides that, we do have this support level down here, which is this black candle, which goes from about 31.55 down to about 28.19. That's where we changed this trend back to bullish. So we had a low, high, higher low, and then higher high pattern with this candle and this candle closing above this high. Lower time frame entry, if you're looking for a lower, well, none of this is financial advice, so all of this is for educational purposes only, but the areas that I'm looking for a lower time frame entry is really this black candle right here. So if we end up, you can see we have very clear decreasing bull volume here, and that is signifying that we'll probably end up coming down to form a, this will end up being a local high, and then we'll end up coming down to try and form a, coming down to form a potential higher low in comparison to this one. This is the main support zone here, so you can just take a rectangle, pull it to that candle. That's going to be the support zone right there. So that's from about 35.15 down to about 32.86. So those are the areas that I'm looking to buy and sell these different cryptocurrencies. I hope it was helpful for you and you learned a little bit about tactical analysis and how you can use that in your own trading and investing process. And until next time, onward and upward.